So we're going to talk about relationship circles and like the process of planning it. So a couple of things you need to start is you need a talking piece. And the talking piece, one of the good things about to use for a talking piece would be like a mason jar where you can, with a closable top, and then you can put like Post-its in and you can kind of make it your own. But the goal of the talking piece is you want it to be like something that is representative of the whole community. So that's really important. A centerpiece. This could be like a plant, it could be something that like the community chooses and they put it in the center. And it just gives something for people to focus on so they don't feel like they just have to stare at other people in the face. It's a little intimidating sometimes. And the real important thing with the relationship circle is kind of like the steps of it. So the first thing you have is a check-in. And the check-in, like a good one that I use is like, if you were color, what color are you today? And then like why? What are some other ones we've used?
If you were like a weather, like based on the weather, how are you feeling today? Or like,
So like a weather metaphor, like so like you could say like I feel like a sunny day because I'm feeling great, or I feel like storm clouds because like stuff's happening in my life, something like that. But whatever it is, it's a check-in, and it's like should be a pretty quick check-in where they can pass it around. One of the important things in a relationship circle is that there's also a place for everyone. Like there's a seat for everyone, even if people choose not to sit in that seat. So like you want a circle of chairs. It can be a sitting circle if there are no chairs, but a circle of chairs with a place for everyone.
Just like within a class or a mentor group?
Yeah, so this can be in a classroom, this can be in a mentor group, any of those places, yeah. A&A, like all of them have the ability to do this. And one of the important things about like the circle is that they all can see each other too, so like if there's something in the way, you gotta make it so that like everyone can at least see each other's faces. Okay. After the check-in, you're gonna have some sort of question that you, before check-in, and I don't always do this, so this is my fault, is there's usually some sort of like thematic reading.
What is
that like a theme to like center the whole circle around. So like let's say we were doing one on let's say we're working on community, like our pillar of community. So like I would choose a reading or something to read beforehand. It could be a poem, it could just be a short statement, a quote from someone, but that has to do with community. And then that themes the rest of our like thing. So then we do our check-in, then we do a question related to the theme. And then whoever's leading is going to be the person who starts these off. And then they always pass it in the same direction. So if we always go to the right, we always go to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And people can pass, but it always goes to the right. And then if someone passes, and then they're going to go again, we pass the whatever talking piece all the way around to that person so they can go again. Okay.
Do we have any like rules to make sure that the talking piece is not abused?
That's a good point. So before you do this, you should set out the norms for the relationship circle. And what are the ones that they chose? These are really easy. Like there's 4 of them.
Be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Be engaged. And be yourself.
Okay. And so you really want to make sure that like before you even start the circle, you say like, hey, these are our norms, and like for this time period, we're gonna be doing this for 45 minutes. Like we're gonna put a sign on the door that says this is sacred time. Like we're all gonna go to the bathroom beforehand. We're not gonna have our phones out, so that we can be safe, be respectful, be engaged, be yourself. Okay. and that like is before you even start. And then so we do the check-in, we do the question, and then what else would you say? So like a question related to a theme. Because I'm also thinking about, like, I've been taught this a couple different ways, so I have some variations that I've done. I don't know if it's important that it follows the exact same theme every time.
I think you like explain it because I was thinking like from last year when we started learning this as a
Mhm.
staff. There were like 3 different levels of questioning.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like very surface level to like deeper.
Yeah, so you can have a surface level question, and then you can progress to like, you can do multiple questions, so you can have a second question that's deeper.
What would like a surface question
So like, let's say we're doing one around community. Your surface level question could be like, when was the time you had the most fun in our mentor group? That's like really surface level. Like it doesn't go very deep. A second question though could be like, what's something you want, like a deeper question could be like, what's something you really want to gain out of mentor group? Like that's a deeper question. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the levels, like the deeper you get, the more vulnerable people are. So one of the big rules is like, don't go too deep too quick. Like I would say like, the first like month or 2 you're doing this, like you're gonna do a lot more surface level or like very like just below that level. And then as time goes on, you are gonna go deeper. But if you go too deep too quick, some people will turn off and they won't do it. And then so like we have these questions, and then we have at the end we have appreciations. Okay, so I don't know how to spell appreciation.
There's an E.
Yep. Appreciations. That's probably not spelled right.
That's right.
Oh, look at that. Okay. So, appreciations. One of the important things about appreciations is that everyone kind of gets an appreciation. So, and you really kind of want to steer away from like surface level ones, like, I like your shoes. Okay? Like, that's an appreciation, but like, do your shoes really make you who you are? Probably not. So with your appreciations, you want to encourage people to appreciate things about people. Maybe someone did really something awesome for them that week in their mentor group, or they really they liked what someone shared in that circle. You want to focus appreciations on things that are like deeper than surface level, and not like fake. Okay. You want to make sure everyone gets one. One of the ways you can do it is like you can have like people put their hands on their knees like this and they like move their fingers around so that shows that like they haven't gone yet. Or you can just say like, hey, can you put your hand up if like you haven't gone? And that way everyone gets to do an appreciation of someone else. And everybody gets one before you do a second one. Appreciations can be really great. They can also go forever and like have a million appreciations. So like honestly, one and done is really my favorite way of doing appreciations. And even if people want to do appreciations, they can share those appreciations with people after the circle. That's the beauty of it. Another really great thing to make sure you do after this, so like appreciations are the last step, is then kind of give a time for like, hey, we're gonna take a break now, but like I want you to talk to someone about what you like, make a connection. About like something you like heard in the circle or something you thought about. So like you're really banking things, connections you're making through these, and then talking to people about them, because that's how you build community. Anything else to add?
No, I think that's